Out of all the 308 rounds I've shot, what exactly is the best? Stay tuned. So when you're looking at ammo, there's two types. You got match grade, which is more accuracy based, and you have hunting based, which is more ethically killing and quickly killing the game you're hunting. I've used a lot of ammunition and tested a lot of ammunition over the years, and I've come to the conclusion that there's two ammunitions when it comes to hunting for a hunting round that are just head and shoulders above the rest for the most part. And I haven't shot every single ammunition out there, but I've shot a lot. Now we're gonna go through the ones I don't particularly care for. First one up here is not based on the manufacturer as much as it is the bullet. So this 308 Hornady SST bullet is not good. It breaks apart, not a huge fan of it. Now granted, when it's loaded by Black Hills, it's gonna be awesome, but the bullet itself is just not that great. So Hornady SST, any variation of that, not a fan. So next up is this non-typical. This is just a basic soft point. I don't hate this round. It's just a non-typical soft point. Pretty average round. If you're in within 100 yards or whatever, this will do. But is it top notch? Is it the best? Not really, but it definitely will get the job done. Any sort of soft point round, I like Federal because they have a pretty consistent loading. They're pretty consistent with my groupings I've seen. So I do like Federal for that, but soft points, pretty reliable. Come down here and talk about Swift. I love Swift ammo. It is extremely reliable, extremely loaded very, very well. This is our 308 Sirocco bonded, and I've used this 150 grain for the longest time. It was my favorite round. It's just a good all-around round. 308 bonded, like I said. Swift makes really great ammunition. This is not one that I don't like. This is definitely like top 4. So if you're looking out there and you see Swift, which the other reason that this is kind of not on the list of favorites is it's really difficult to get. When you get it, you're really happy because it's awesome, but at the same time, it is challenging to get it. It's not like a Federal. You can't just go out and just grab it whenever you want it. You really got to pay attention to the time of year. But if you're looking at Swift, also their A-frame is one of my all-time favorites. I have none of that right now. But yeah, Swift. Next up is one that I actually did a review on. I'll put a link down below to it. This is the ballistic tip, Nosler ballistic tip. This is just Ultramax was the one that produced this one, but this is a Nosler ballistic tip. Great round. Can't really say anything super bad about it. Just consistency wise, I found that there's some other ones that are better or more ethically, the more ethically kill game. So that's why this one's not up there. But this one's very consistent, very good groupings with this Ultramax Nosler 150 grain ballistic tip. So if you're looking, this is a good one though. Now, one that will get a lot of feedback is this Gorilla. Now, more specifically, what is it? It is Sierra Game King. Now, Sierra Game King is something that came out in the past that Sierra brought out. Now, they're known for their Match King, and that bullet is awesome, but it's a match bullet. And Sierra tried to make the Game King. I've seen reports, and I've personally seen that this isn't exactly the best at ethically killing game. Is it accurate? Hell yeah, it's accurate. Super accurate. Really love it for that. But when it comes to putting down game quickly and effectively, I have the Sierra Game King, not the top of the books. So Gorilla, again, makes awesome ammunition. Not so much with this Game King though. Aha, this one. I got this and I thought, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be my favorite round. Like I love the box, really, honestly. I mean, we've all been there. I got this, I went to the range and I was like, holy crap, why the hell is the word precision on this ammunition? This was like the worst ammunition I've ever shot in my life, I think. Now, granted, could it be the twist rate compared to the weight of this round? Maybe, but it was horrendous. And I've also seen other people mention that, so I would lean more towards it was the ammo, not my twist rate and barrel. So Precision Hunter, this ELDX round from Hornady, huge not fan. Again, this is just soft point, but it's 180 grain. This is okay. All right, let's see here. We got a Buffalo Cartridge Company. 168 grain. This is a good round. This is TTSX, which is a Barnes. I was trying to think what the hell it's called. Barnes bullet, loaded to the Buffalo standard. Like the bullet, Barnes TTSX is a really good bullet, so I can't say anything bad about that. For hunting, not a humongous fan for this. This is more if you are defending yourself, in my opinion. So, not a huge fan of that bullet specifically for hunting. This is just straight up match. This is just ammunition you are going to use if you are going to the range. You want to have a really good accuracy. This is Jesse James Ammunition Company, which is actually made by Ammo, I forget what it's called, Ammo Land, not Ammo Land, Ammo Company, I forget what it's called, Ammo's in the name. But they make it for the Jesse James line, and this is just a boat tail hollow point, 168 grain. This is match. So if you see boat tail hollow point, you know, like 165 grain, 168 grain, that is a match. That's not for hunting, so don't use that for hunting. Now we're getting down to the bare minimum here. These are the 3 that I use. Now when I say 3, I mean I got one left here that's kind of like honorable mention. So the Interlock by Hornady is a great round. It's definitely honorable mention. The thing that I like about it the most is it's very flat shooting. Great mushrooming and retention of weight. Pretty solid, but outside of 300 yards, this breaks apart. So if you're shooting within 100 yards, which the majority of people are when they're hunting for deer, this would be great. But 300 yards and beyond, this is gonna break up pretty good. But inside 100, I think this is a great round if you see it. Okay, now we're down to the top 3. And number 3 on this is Accubond. I really like Accubond. Got a polymer tip, great weight retention and accuracy. The problem with this is it could over penetrate. And that's the one thing I've seen is thin-skinned animals. This is definitely gonna over penetrate. This is more for big animals. So, you know, the Nosler Accubond is gonna be more for, you know, bigger animals that are out there. You can see it has the white tip here. These top 3, I'll show you the actual bullet. White tip, which means Accubond for Nosler. And yeah, if you're looking to take down some big game, I definitely 100% would recommend Accubond. Don't use it for thin-skinned game. This is really tough. What I've been using for the longest time has been Nosler Partition. Nosler Partition is the old standard. It is the round that I swear almost everyone's probably used. It's one of the greatest bullet designs ever. All around great bullet. You cannot go wrong. If you buy this bullet, you are not going to have a problem, in my opinion. You know, this is just classic. No worries, loading it up, you know, taking tons of game with it for decades. It's a favorite. The only thing that separates this from my favorite right now is the fact that this is going to be a little less accurate. When I say a little less accurate, I still mean 1 MOA. You're still hitting, you know, a grouping of 1 inch at 100 yards with this. So the difference is the other one that I'm going to recommend just shoots a little bit more accurate overall. So overall accuracy and ethically killing is this terminal Ascent. And the thing I like about this is it's a little heavier bullet, 175 grain, so I like that, at least from what I could find. Polymer tip, super accurate, most consistent in my testing. So this stuff is loaded up and just tack driving out of my 308, which is an 18-inch barrel. You know, I'm deer hunting, so for the most part, within 100 yards, maybe 200 yards. This is gonna be freaking awesome. So at 100 yards, I'm hitting like 3/4 MOA or better for the most part with this. It just really performs at any range. That's why I like this. Short, long, you don't really think about it, you just load it up and go. So this is very expensive though. So what I'd say is, you know, you're gonna spend a good amount of money on that, but it's gonna be the best. You go to the range, zero it in, know what your holdovers are and stuff for a little longer ranges, and you're gonna be good to go with that ammunition. Same thing with this, you're gonna be good to go. Longer range, I 100% would go to more of a polymer tip, like this Terminal Ascent. These are both gonna take game like crazy, ethically. That's the key to any hunting round, is ethically taking care of the game. And these are the two that I would recommend the most. So if you have any questions or anything, let me know. Go ahead in the comments down below and put down what your favorite hunting rounds are to use, specifically the bullet, not exactly who's loading the bullet. So like for instance, I might have had this Gorilla ammunition here, but it has a Sierra bullet in it. So talk about the bullet, not the ammunition. So put down below what your favorite bullet design is. And until next time, later.